वरदारी। जय राधा यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातिरावनचारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातिरावनचारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातिरावनचारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुनातिरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So this is a prose text. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 14, Shloka number 1. Sa hovacha sa esha dehatma maninam satvadi guna vishesha vikalpita kushala kushala samavahara vinirmita vivida deha valabdir viyoga samyogadyanadi samsaranu bhavasya dvara bhutena षड इंद्रिय वर्गेन तस्मिन् दुर्गाद्ववद् असुघमे हध्वनि आपतित ईश्वरस्य भगवतो विष्णोर्वश वर्थिन्या मायया जीवलोकोऽयं यथा वनिक सार्थोऽर्थ परः स्वदेह निष्पादित कर्मानुभवः समशानवत् ऐश्वथं तमायां संसारत्वयां गतो नाद्यापि विफल बहु गेहस्तत्तापोपशमनीं हरिगुरुचरणारविन्द मधुकरानुपदवीं अवरुन्धे. Okay. The word to word meaning Saha, the self-realized devotee Shukadev Goswami. Ha, indeed. Vacha, spoke. Saha, he, the conditioned soul. Eshaha, this one. Dehatma maninam, of those who foolishly take the body to be the self. Sattva adi, of sattva, rajas and tamas. Guna, by the modes. Vishesha, particular. Vikalpita, falsely constituted. Kushala, sometimes by favorable actions. Akushala, sometimes by very unfavorable actions. Samavahara, by a mixture of both. Vinirmita, obtained. Vivida, various types. Deha avalibihi, by series of bodies. Viyoga samyoga adi, symptomized by giving up one type of body, that is viyoga, and accepting another, samyoga. Anadi samsara anubhavasya, of perception of the beginningless process of transmigration. Dvara bhutena, existing as the doorways. Shad indriya vargena, by these six senses. The mind and five knowledge occurring senses. Tasmin, on that. Durga advavat, like a path that is very difficult to traverse. Asugame, being difficult to pass through, Advani, on a path in the forest, Apatitaha, happened, Ishwarasya, of the controller, Bhagavataha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnuha, of the Lord Vishnu, Vasha Vartinya, acting under the control, Mayaya, by the material energy, Jiva Lokaha, the conditioned living entity. I am this, Yata, exactly like, Vanik, a merchant, Sa Artaha, having an object, Artapara, who is very attracted to money, attached to money, Swadeha Nishpadita, performed by his own body, Karma, the fruit of activities, Anubhavaha, who experiences Smashana Vat Ashivatham Mayam, like an inauspicious cemetery or place of burial. Samsara Atavyam, in the forest of material life. Gataha, having entered. Na, not. Adyapi, until now. Vib, Vibhala, unsuccessful. Bahu Pratiyoga, full of great difficulties and varieties of miserable conditions. Ihaha, whose activities here in this material world. Tat tapa uppasha manim, tapa uppasha, which pacifies the miseries of the forest of material life. Hari Guru Charana Aravinda, to the lotus feet of the Lord and his devotees. Madhukara Anupadavim, the road followed in the pursuance of devotees who are attached like bumblebees. Avarunde, gain. Okay, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. When King Parikshit asked Shukadeva Goswami about the direct meaning of the material forest, Shukadeva Goswami replied as follows: My dear king, a man belonging to the mercantile community, Vanika, is always interested in earning money. Sometimes he enters the forest to acquire some cheap commodities like wood and earth and sell them in the city at good prices. Similarly, the conditioned soul, being greedy, enters this material world for some material profit. Gradually, he enters the deepest part of the forest, not really knowing how to get out. Having entered the material world, the pure soul becomes conditioned by the material atmosphere, which is created by the external energy under the control of Lord Vishnu. Thus, the living entity comes under the control of the external energy, Daivi Maya. Living independently and bewildered in the forest, he does not attain the association of devotees who are always engaged in the service of the Lord. Once in the bodily conception, he gets different types of bodies one after another under the influence of material energy and impelled by the modes of material nature, sattva, raja, and tamaguna. In this way, the conditioned soul goes sometimes to heavenly planets, sometimes to earthly planets, and sometimes to lower planets and lower species. Thus, he suffers continuously due to different types of bodies. These sufferings and pains are sometimes mixed. They are sometimes very severe and sometimes they are not. These bodily conditions are acquired due to conditioned soul's mental speculation. He uses his mind and five senses to acquire knowledge, and these bring about the different bodies and different conditions. Using the senses under the Using the senses under the control of external energy, Maya, the living entity suffers the miserable conditions of material existence. He is actually searching for relief, but he is greatly baffled, although sometimes he is relieved after great difficulty. Struggling for existence in this way, he cannot get the shelter of the pure devotees who are like bumblebees engaged in loving service at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Purport: the most important information in this verse is Hari Guru Charana Aravinda Madhukara Anupadavim. In this material world, the conditioned souls are baffled by their activities and sometimes they are relieved after great difficulty. On the whole, the conditioned soul is never happy. He simply struggles for existence. Actually, his only business is to accept the spiritual master, the Guru, and although through him he must accept the lotus feet of the Lord. This is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. People struggling for existence in the forests or cities of the material world are not actually enjoying life. They are simply suffering different pains and pleasures, generally pains that are always inauspicious. They try to gain release from these pains, but they cannot due to ignorance. For them, it is stated in the Vedas, Tad Vijnanatam Sa Gurumeva Abhigachet, when the living entity is lost in the forest of material world in the struggle for existence, his first business is to find a bona fide guru who is always engaged at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. After all, if he is at all eager to be relieved of the struggle for existence, he must find a bona fide guru and take instructions at his lotus feet. In this way, he can get out of the struggle. Since the material world is compared herein to a forest, it may be argued that in Kali Yuga, modern civilization is mainly situated in the cities. A great city, however, is like a great forest. Actually, city life is more dangerous than life in the forest. If one enters an unknown city without friends or shelter, living in that city is more difficult than living in a forest. There are many big cities all over the surface of the globe, and wherever one looks, he sees the struggle for existence going on 24 hours a day. People rush about in cars going 70 or 80 miles an hour, constantly coming and going, and this sets the scene of the great struggle for existence. One has to rise early in the morning and travel in that car at the breakneck speed. There is always the danger of an accident, and one has to take great care. In his automobile, the living entity is full of anxieties, and his struggle is not at all auspicious. Apart from human beings, other species like cats and dogs are also struggling very hard day and night for existence. Thus, the struggle for existence continues, and the conditioned soul changes from one position to another. For a while, um, he is a child, but he has to become a boy, and from the boy he has to change into youth, and from the youth to a manhood and old age. Finally, when the body is no longer workable, he has to accept a new body in a different species. Giving up the body is called death, and accepting another body is called birth. The human form is an opportunity to take shelter of the bona fide spiritual master, and through him the Supreme Lord. This Krishna consciousness movement has been started to give an opportunity to all the members of human society who are misled by foolish leaders. No one can get out of this struggle for existence, which is full of miseries, without accepting a pure devotee of the Lord. Without accepting the pure devotee of the Lord, the material attempts change from one position to another, and no one actually gains relief from the struggle for existence. The only resort is the lotus feet of the bona fide spiritual master, and through him the lotus feet of the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraho Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Te Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this is a very nice graphic description of the condition of the living entity in the material world. So here it's mentioned that a man belonging to the mercantile community is interested in earning money, and he goes to the forest to get some cheap commodities and sell them, and gradually he enters into the deepest areas of the forest, and then not really knowing how to come out, and not really even having the idea of coming out. He is like fully enamored by the atmosphere which is there. And here it is mentioned that this is an environment created by the Vishnu Shakti, Vishnu Maya, Daivi Maya, and it completely bewilders and living entity who is entered into this material atmosphere. And this is done through the way of different bodily conceptions, and like one after another, a living entity gets different bodies. And we know that karanam guna sangosya, so like by coming in contact with different modes of nature, so like the living entity gets different kinds of bodies, sometimes goes to heavenly planets, sometimes goes to lower planets and different species. And so he gets the experience of these bodies is and in many places it is mentioned that one is in Ajamil's pastime, so where like when Vishnu Dutas ask the Yamudutas to describe about what is their role and what are they doing, and and also they ask this question of what is dharma, and that time it is mentioned that Yamudutas say that dharma is that dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam, and generally whoever don't follow this, we come to punish them, and generally like people don't follow, like everybody we punish them so something like that. And also they mention this body is specifically given as a punishment. This body is what is the other shloka which Srila Prabhupada often quotes, dukkada, like what is that one shloka, Tasyaiva heto, that shloka. And that one shloka or some other shloka, like where it is very nicely mentioned this body as a like a source of all the misery, or that which gives. That is also there. But another shloka which Prabhupada often quotes. So like so it is a source of all miseries, that gives all the miseries to the living entity. So in this way, like he gets sometimes more pain, less pain, and sometimes he gets relieved. And relief is also like is explained that a prisoner is taken to the river and then dunked into the water, and then when he is about to die, he is released, he is taken out, and that time he feels what a great relief. Still he is a prisoner, still he is a kaidi, what life he can, what bliss he can actually experience. So the change of one misery to another misery, the changeover gives a little bit of sense of relief. So that is the kind of relief the living entity gets. So but then it is mentioned that like this material energy is made for the living entity to suffer in miserable conditions, and he is actually searching for relief, and that relief is the lotus feet of the spiritual master, and through that one should attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So that relief, this person is, unfortunately, he will never be able to get it on his own. So this is also nicely mentioned by Prahlad Maharaj, that Matirna Krishna Parata Svatova Mito Vipatyeta Grihavratanam Adanta Gopir Vishatam Tamishram Punah Punah Charvata Charvadanam. So like Matirna Krishna Parata Svatova, like the mind cannot be absorbed in Krishna by one's own endeavor or by some external help in the material platform. So it is not possible that no one can get the mind on Krishna. So, and then Nate Vidu Swartagatim Hi Vishnu. So in that also Prahlad Maharaj says that people don't know that their real self-interest lies in Vishnu. So, but how will they get it? So they will get it when they get the dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee. So when they follow the instructions of a pure devotee, when they when they render service to the lotus feet of a pure devotee, so that is when like one gets the beginning of his devotional service. That is when he begins his devotional service. So this is a philosophical answer that Prahlad Maharaj gives to pointed question of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu question was, "Kaun hai wo banda? Tumhara dimag kharab kiya." So sometimes parents also comes and ask the brahmacharis, "Kaun hai wo banda? Like, tumhara dimag kharab kiya? Tum अच्छा ही था, अभी ऐसा कैसे बन गया?" So like that. So anyways, the devotees give a philosophical answer. So it is like, it is not possible to get devotional service, the mind attracted to devotional service. So, but then by rendering service to some pure devotees, we get the opportunity to get that thought of devotional service and things like that. So this is how we should answer to the father when he asks, like, "Kisne dimag kharab kiya?" So, and anyways, so here it's mentioned, like Srila Prabhupada starts the purport by saying the most important information in this verse is Hari Guru Charana Aravinda Madhukara Anupadavim. So like this is the path traversed by the great devotees. So like they always take shelter of the lotus feet of the spiritual master, and through that attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. So in the material world, the conditioned soul are baffled by their activities, and sometimes they are relieved after great difficulty. On the whole, the conditioned soul is never happy. He simply struggles for existence. So this is like an important, this one, the devotee should be convinced of, like outside world, people are, like today morning in the base, like one devotee was asking this, or we were discussing about the subject, that pure devotees have so many wonderful qualities. So, but then they say, like, we don't have any good qualities. And then like non-devotees, we see how to understand that. So we see that non-devotees, they may not have so many good qualities, but still they completely believe that they have all good qualities. And this we can see in our own self also. So when we try to engage in argument with somebody, so then even though we may have some fault, so but we will pose, or we will base the argument in such a way that I'm completely correct and the opposite person is completely wrong, right? So that is this one, like proof. From there we can actually take that the pure devotees, how do they feel, so they always feel that amani namanade, so like I don't have any good qualities, and nobody needs to give any respect to me, and the other people are so exalted, so they should be given all respect to others, like they should be given all respects. So this is a very nice, this one, for us to, it is very, very difficult to understand after possessing all good qualities, how to tell I don't have any good qualities, but it is very easy to understand after possessing all bad qualities, we feel that no, I'm all good. So from there, the opposite can be understood. So if this illogical phenomena can happen, so then that illogical phenomena also can happen. So in this way, we can understand. So, and in the same way, like here also, another nice phenomena I was just tracing in this particular line, that like what does the devotee pray in or express themselves in the in the Vaishnava bhajans, Narottama Boda Dukhi, No, so Nitai Mora Kare Sukhi, and things like that. So what does the devotee say? Like, no, I'm very, very, sad. No, I'm very morose. And what does the outside material world people say? We are so happy, like, no, cool, and things like that and all. And like, andar to, like, what is that? The bhajan, it says, no, like, the poison, no, it's burning effect of the poison, the material existence. Um, what is that? Brajendra Nandana Jay, such is. Samsara Vishanale, what? So day and night it is like, this samsara visha, which generally has this property of heat, it is like burning in this one. So there is no poison which is very cooling, so generally, like, poison is very hot, and that is why the snakes also, like, the poison, because of the poisonous effect, they have a very, heat body, and then they try to go and take shelter of some cool place, like that. So this the material existence is like compared to the poison, and it is burning day and night, it is burning, and a person is trying to find some kind of some kind of a relief from that. So but then externally they will tell, no, cool, all these things and all. So but internally we know, like, it is all burning. So pura, like, burnt out ho gaya actually. And so that is this one. A devotee is saying that, so even Bhaktivinoda Thakur also sings, Bada ke kona upaya vihina, tate dina akinchana, like that. So he says that, I've been suffering like anything in this material existence. So but then we see that, they experience the deepest levels of bliss, and the modern materialists, like, how much ever they post themselves as so happy and so good and things like that, it's all rotting inside, right? So we should have this complete confidence that externally, if somebody studies both the material world and then the devotees, mood and things like that, they will say, like, devotees are depressed people. No, it's better to be a materialist. At least they appear to be, like, very confident. So but then we see that, this happiness in the material world is just a illusion. It is not there. It is not at all possible. Because that no sukharupa sukhadara, like, this, the source of all happiness is the lotus feet of Krishna, and without that, how these people can ever be happy. It is not possible at all. So from that definition itself, we can say that all people are rotting. So actually his only business is to accept the spiritual master, the guru, and through him, he must accept the lotus feet of the Lord. This is explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasada Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. So this is also a nice thing, by the mercy of Vidwan Prabhu, like, we got that clarity that sometimes in the people, like, people generally, like, put guru and full stop, that is where everything ends. So but then the scripture says Guru Krishna Prasade Pai, right? So through the mercy of spiritual master, one should get the mercy of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So ultimately we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we are meant to render service to Krishna. And the spiritual master is a senior friend, who has actually, who has accessed the mercy of Krishna, and who can actually deliver the same mercy to us. So in this way, like, we should see that one should accept the lotus feet of the spiritual master and serve him nicely, for the purpose of attaining Krishna, like that. So, and people struggling for the existence. Okay, so if somebody gives, like, little bit of donation to us, we are grateful to him. So if somebody gives Krishna himself, we should be how much grateful we should be. So definitely there is an eternal relationship with the spiritual master. It is not like ki, mujhe ye chahiye, like, ye de do aur chale jao and tata bye bye. It is not a relationship of that nature. And in fact, like, that kind of a relationship is not existing in the Vedic definition at all. So in Vedic definition, even somebody gives a little bit of favor to somebody, so it's always a person is grateful to him. So then what to speak of somebody receives Krishna himself as a gift from somebody. So then it becomes all the more like binding in terms of gratitude. And then people struggling for existence in the forest or cities, of material world are not actually enjoying. Now, this we discussed. They are simply suffering different pains and pleasures. Generally, pains and and that are always inauspicious. So, like no pains and pleasures. So it is only pain, and then it is the pleasure is just that no gap between two pains. No, so that is a pleasure. So this like many times people ask this question of why do devotees go through pain, and sometimes people ask like why do materialists seem to be like very nice in their life and things like that. So the pains and pleasures of material world is all the pain, and the pains and pleasures of the spiritual existence is all the bliss. No, so this is a very important distinction that needs to be made. And what is the this one example for pains and pleasures of material world is all the pain? Standard example: camel camel eating the cactus. No, so that's a standard example where like the camel is eating the cactus. It is actually feeling the pain. Now actually like it is going through a painful situation. Its tongue is cut and the blood is coming out, but then it is feeling that it's nice tasty thing, and it is actually happy. It is getting the feeling of happiness, but what it is going through is actually a pain. So and in this way, like, and material pain to pain, like everybody knows that. So like pain and pleasure of material world is all the pain actually. And then pain and pleasure of Krishna consciousness is all the bliss. Because we see that the pain in the separation from the Lord, or the pain that is taken in execution of the mission of the Lord, that is actually blissful. So, and if it is properly done, in reference to the Lord and in connection to the Lord, and we have the idea that I'm doing it for the pleasure of the Lord or pleasure of spiritual master. So then the whole pain that is taken, it actually transforms into bliss. So like a devotee actually feels the effect of bliss in the heart, right? So this is the way of pain, pains and pleasures. So here also, like Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, they are simply suffering different pains and pleasures, but generally pains, it is always inauspicious pains. So they try to gain release from these pains, but they cannot, due to their ignorance. So it is not possible, like as Prahlad Maharaj says, Nate Vidu Swartha Gatim Hi Vishnu, or this other one, the previous sloka, what is that? Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova. They cannot. The only solution to become happy is to absorb ourselves in the thoughts of Krishna, but that they cannot do. It is not possible for them to do because of the ignorance. If Lord has created ignorance, how can there be knowledge anywhere in that? So there is like beyond any bug. So nobody can come to knowledge in this ignorance. If Lord gives, in material world, if we get something, there is some hope that गलती से कुछ product लेके आ गया, उसमें कुछ bug आ गया, so then गलती से सही हो जाएगा, है ना? So but then if Krishna gives this one, if I want illusion and Krishna gives an illusion, who can actually come out of that illusion? It is very difficult. It's impossible to come out of the illusion of material energy, right? So it is only based on Krishna's own plan. If Krishna sends the spiritual master, and if we happen to associate with a spiritual master, so based on Krishna's own rule that if you serve the lotus feet of a spiritual master, so you will get Krishna and Krishna Surya Sama. So then you will be able to be out of the ignorance, right? So here it is mentioned that when the living entity is lost in the forest of material existence, in the struggle for existence, the first business is to find the bona fide guru, who is always engaged in the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. After all, it is he. After all, if he is all eager to be relieved from the struggle for existence, he must find the bona fide guru and take instructions at his lotus feet. So this is like very nice that Tasmad Gurum Prapadyate, that this one is there. And also like even the case of Arjuna, so where he was in confusion. So whenever we are in confusion, then immediately the next thing that comes is that we should approach a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him and take instructions. This is the standard procedure that confusion means I need to take shelter of somebody. So in confusion, the material nature will push the living entity that, okay, like, no, you can do in this way, you can do in that way. So this is all, no, simply cheating. No, like confusion means I need to take shelter of, no, a higher personality. So otherwise it is not possible. No, on my own, like it is not possible to like no, cut the illusion of the material nature. So it's only by the way to only way is to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Now, what is the qualification that is mentioned here of bona fide spiritual master? Always engaged in the service of the Lord, or one who can actually give no Krishna no to somebody. So I was just reading Ramayana. So in that the first shloka, it is about Narada, it is mentioned. So Narada means like no, Nara means like it's Vishnu. Nara means the living entity, and Nara means the Supreme Lord, and the means like one who can give, one who can give the Supreme Lord to living entities. So that is the qualification of a spiritual master. So a spiritual master, no, dissipates the struggle for existence or the confusion in the mind. So confusion in the mind is compared to darkness or illusion, and the darkness can be removed through light, and the light is no Krishna. So the spiritual master awards Krishna, and through that way, like no, he no removes the illusion of the living entity, right? So and since the material world is compared here into a forest, it may be argued that in Kali Yuga, no, we don't have forests. Sara forest ko kha gaye, and land filling करके like apartment बना दिए सब जगह पे. So like how can we understand that this, how to understand this modern civilization, this particular analogy? So this analogy is like perfectly fine even now. So this is like a concrete jungle, no? So it is, and the normal jungle, like थोड़ा सा fresh air मिलता है, and थोड़ा कंदमूल, फल फूल, कुछ तो मिल जाता है, and इसमें कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, मिट्टी भी नहीं मिलेगा, ये सीमेंट ही मिलेगा खाली, so उसको खा के भी लेगा हम लोग मर जाएंगे. So like it is more dangerous than the the other forest. See, in the other forest, like there is no different kind of difficulties are there. So but then one may still live a little healthier life in that forest. So but in this forest, like there is no chance. So like everybody who's living, they have to get some very terminal disease like cancer or this or that, and then suffer and die. That is the kind of this one that is there. So the kind of footsteps and the kind of air and the kind of lifestyle and things like that. So I was just sharing with another like just Achutu, I was sharing this. So materialists, they live a little more healthier life because they sleep late and get up late, and at least उनका नींद पूरा हो जाता है. And then nice sadhus, they also like live a good life, so they live, they sleep early and get up early, and in between, like the so-called preachers, they sleep late and get up late, and then jaldi se mar jate hain. Sorry, sleep late and get up early, and jaldi se mar jate hain. So in this way, like the modern scenario is like completely crazy, So either be a materialist or be a true spiritualist. The beach wala category na, बहुत dangerous है. So like it is the torture that is given to a prisoner, like who's not giving out the information of their nefarious activities. So they are not allowed to sleep, So in that way, like so our devotees also sometimes so it gives self-torture to the body. So of course, for the mission of the Lord, the other equation is there, like what is the use of keeping this body for no long period of time? So if it cannot be used in the service of the Lord, so and at the same time the other aspect is like when there is no pressing engagement in the mission of the Lord, so we should take care of the body. Otherwise it will it will not be. What's the fun in having some struggle and dying? So at least we should take care of the body at least a little bit. So then here it's mentioned that in the many big cities, in the surface of the globe, there is constant struggle for existence is going on. And what is the example or what is the proof that struggle for existence is going on? So people are rushing in 70 to 80 miles per hour, going up and down, and they can just take a an apartment just next to their workplace. So, but it is not possible. So, like, no, wife is working in. Ideally, it should not be there. Case no, but then no, wife is working very far away, and the husband is working in another direction, and children are going to school in another direction. No, so it's quite difficult. No, and they have to. Prabhupada uses a nice word, breakneck speed, and they have to travel at breakneck speed, to meet all this ones, and they have to raise early, so brahma muhurta mein uthte hain, so acha hai, and then they have to travel so much for meeting their needs. So there is always an no chance of accident, and so much of difficulty is there, and no literally they live like the animals, so but animals also have some rest time and some aram se, like they do things based on their instinct. So like eating based on their instinct, sex based on their instinct, and no rest also based on their instinct, and they are like cool, really a cool life they live. So compared to what is that, human beings, they really live a very cool life. So in fact, we need to make a proper script for our software engineer and pig, and we should put that drama like often. Or we should make a nice recording of that drama. Till now we don't have a solid recording of it anywhere, I think. So if it is done nicely and shooted, it will be nice. So especially for Bangalore people, it will be very nice actually. So how many of you have seen that drama anytime? Not seen the drama? So it is very nice drama actually. So like as software engineer, he's walking in the street, trying to meet his girlfriend. So like on the way to meet his girlfriend, and a pig comes on the way, and then somehow it touches the this engineer, and then this one, what is that, he says, "Arey pig, like such a nasty fellow, like you are coming and touching me." So then the pig will say, like, "No, in what way I am lower than you?" Then the argument starts. You see, like, I'm going to meet my girlfriend, and then the pig says, like, "No, if I give one whistle, so many pigs will come in the line, what, for one girlfriend you are struggling so much?" And then he will say, like, "No, I've studied in IIT." And then the pig will say, like, "No, what tea it is? No, Sara tea, like, nahi, gutter mein aata hai." And then somebody, like, he has taken a loan somewhere, and he is following up with him, and to finish the loan and things like that. And the pig says, like, "No, your life is complete bekar, man." Like, you see, like, you have to answer for so many people. You see, my sense gratification is there everywhere. Like, whatever, wherever I see is my sense gratification only. So, and then he says that, "See, no, I'm not simply taking loans just like that. So I am going to go to 5-star hotel, enjoy like this and things like that and all." So, and pig also says, like, "See, the pura gutter jitna beh raha hai, like, sab kuch mera hi hai, so I don't need to pay bills and take loans and things like that and all." So in that way, like, pura, and this software engineer become completely broken hearted, and he goes to his friend, "Arey, like, aaj to bahut bekar din tha." So ek suar se haar gaya tha main. And then he says, like, "Ahara nidra bhaya maitanam cha samanya metat pashumir narana." So you cannot compete with animals in these aspects. In fact, they are much better than us. So dharma hi desham adhika vishesham, like, we should perform some dharma, we should chant. So these things pigs cannot do. So this is the way to win over the argument. So in this way, like, he clarifies the things. It's a very nice drama. We should put it like, it is taken from these aspects, and the main thing is like giving the, what is that, this ahara nidra bhayamantanam, all these things, both humans and animals have, both of them have equal opportunity, and in fact the animals have better opportunity in these ones, like, they have better facilities to do these things, so like, rather than the human beings. And human beings should not compete in these areas, so they should do their primary this one. So that is the following of dharma, right? So thus, the struggle for existence continues, and the conditioned soul, changes from one position to another. For a while, he can be a child, and then, he is pushed to become a boy, and he has to accept another roles and responsibilities, and then he has pushed to become a man. He has to assume other sets of roles and responsibilities, and then he's in his peak of his career, and slowly he starts aging. And then people say like, no, better you take retirement. No, now it's not possible for you to contribute the same way you have been contributing. No, other young people are coming up, and no, they should do things. And in this way, the constantly like he's pushed to change. And he cannot, in any place he cannot establish himself and then keep himself going on forever. So in this way, like he doesn't get shelter at all anywhere. Materially speaking, he doesn't get. This body also doesn't give shelter. This body also keeps changing, and the positions also keeps changing. The environment keeps changing. So nowhere he gets any shelter. The living entity finally has to come to this point of taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, and through him take shelter of the Supreme Lord himself. And Srila Prabhupada mentions that how this Krishna consciousness movement is created for this opportunity, to give this opportunity to the people. And we should try to see that this opportunity we should take it for ourselves, and also we should give it to others as well, right? So we should do this thing. So here I pause. Any questions or comments we can take? Yes.
Thank you for the nice class. So as you mentioned, pains and pleasures of material world, so they are always leading to suffering, and pains and pleasure of spiritual world, they are always blissful, like person feels bliss in that. So in that context, let's say we have some spiritual masters, some senior devotees, and they are going through some pain. And they might be blissful, engaged in the service, but let's say some external crisis there, some health issues there, or whatever. So these pains, when we speak that they will be blissful, so how can we understand that these pains are blissful?
Okay. So based on their advancement, that is the feeling that they will be having. So, but at the same time, what is our role? Our role is that we should try to see that the comfort is offered to them at every level. So we should try to see that one time Srila Prabhupada was climbing a stairs, and then I think he slipped, and then the devotee caught him, and then he told Prabhupada, be careful. And then Prabhupada told, like, no, see, like, my business is to take care of your spiritual life, and your business is to take care of me. So it is like, Acharya is very merciful. He openly gave that nice, this one, that the senior devotees, the spiritual master and all, so it is our job to take care of their bodily comfort, but they are busy in trying to execute intense devotional service. In fact, in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, we see that Mahaprabhu is going through the topmost of bliss. We all know that the feelings of separation from Krishna is the topmost of bliss, and Mahaprabhu was going through that in its highest degree. And then in that emotion, so he is chanting and dancing, and sometimes he like jumps up and he falls, and the force with which he falls, it appears like his bones will break, and all the devotees so they are feeling so much of pain seeing Mahaprabhu's this one. So though Mahaprabhu is going through intense bliss at that point in time, so but the devotee's feeling is that the Lord should be happy, not just internally, like he should also be happy externally. So that is why the devotees always try to offer comforts to his body. But Mahaprabhu was doing the leela of a sannyasi, like he was not at all accepting the comforts to the body. So in that way, like the devotees were constantly feeling pain. So, and that pain is also blissful. So Mahaprabhu is feeling the pain of separation from Krishna. So that pain is blissful, and the devotees are feeling painful that the Lord is not accepting any comforts. So even that pain is also blissful. So it's quite difficult for us to understand. We have to make some advancement, to like have understanding of that thing.
As you mentioned that Prabhupada told the disciple that your job is to take care of them. On the other hand, he also said that these pure devotees, they understand Krishna is the only protector, they are completely surrendered.
No, that is why I also added this thing. Generally, a devotee would not say this thing. So, but the Acharya is merciful. His Acharya's business is to teach. If he doesn't teach, how will we know? So, like, so it is like the mood of the pure devotee is that nobody, like, why should anybody take care of me? So, and even Krishna also. So, like, Krishna also, like, he should enjoy. no, and we should work in such a way that no Krishna gets pleasure. So that is the mood of a pure devotee. And so like but then the person who's doing the role of a teacher, he should also teach the disciples know that ki, you should take care of the body of the spiritual master. Of course, now at least we have books and things like that, people will know. And Prabhupada's time, like short time, and he had to teach everything. So like so he sometimes vocally presented this particular this one, and sometimes to the foolish disciple the spiritual master has to tell also ki, like, see, no, you should take care of the body of the spiritual master. So and things like that. So but then in actuality the spiritual master is not thinking about that. No, the spiritual master is not thinking, array, like, no, how nice it will be if my disciples take care of my body. No. So then that is a very this one, what is that, that is not a very good intense mood of Krishna consciousness. Intense mood of Krishna consciousness is let this body burn to ashes, and like let my mind be fully absorbed in the thoughts of the Lord. That is the mood of a pure devotee of the Lord. And so, but then sometimes they also take interest in us and they teach us, just for our welfare, our well-being. Krishna. Any other questions? Yes, please.
This question out of context, so it touched this Narada Muni. So why is Narada considered Muni is a pure devotee? Why is Muni pure Muni and expected?
So Muni doesn't necessarily be like even Vyasadeva also sometimes is called as Muni, and Narada is also called. So there is the speculation. Sometimes speculation means like one who taxes his brain, to like bring about the conclusions of the Krishna consciousness. So Muni can also be a positive Muni, and it can be a negative Muni as well. So Narad Muni is a Muni in the positive sense. Everything has its use in Krishna consciousness. That. Any other things?
Prabhuji, the similar discussion like how run the software engineering was happened. One of my friend used to interview. So there was a recently kind of we are like in this body we are doing some nasty things, so we degrade to the animal life. So then we cannot get the chance of swimming again. Then he quoted me that yes, I am enjoying in this body. So hog also, the dog also in this body, it will enjoy on its own way. So even if I get the body, that's not a.
So when something like that was told to Prabhupada, then Prabhupada told my blessings.
I explained that it is all the question of if you don't want the dog body, then only this philosophy is there. If you want that, there is philosophy like that. Means any better way you can reach them like.
So the thing is that right now we are able to understand that is a lower kind of enjoyment, and there is always a higher grade of enjoyment and lower grade of enjoyment, and it's your choice, like which grade of enjoyment you want to have. In the higher grade of enjoyment, the body, mind, and like what is it, intelligence and soul, and everything will become satisfied. In lower scale of enjoyment, only the body will become satisfied, and little bit extend mind. So, but not the other things will get satisfied. So in this way, like a deeper satisfaction if somebody wants, so then they need to go for higher grades of enjoyment. So, and the scriptures also say that like. Anandamaya Abhyasat. So it is happiness is the goal of all the living entities. And so one who wants to have refined way of happiness, they go for higher aspects. And in that way, like put some kind of a this one, what is that, thought, thing to think about, and then leave. So there is if they can, the preachers, this one is, if somehow or other, if they can bring about some kind of a spiritual thought in their mind, that's a great success. So if we argue, so then he will give an argument and he will have a sense of achievement or sense of this one. So but then we just put a seed for thought. It is not a challenge. It's a it's an aspect to think about, no? And if they think about a subject matter which is in relation to soul, which is in relation to super soul, or which is in relation to the Supreme Lord, so then it becomes like a purifying aspect for them. So somehow or other they should go back and think about, no? And if they can spend time pondering that for some time, so then that makes a lot of change in the heart. Okay, so ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.